Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is your chef from guruscooking.in with Punjabi Samosa. Samosas are popular since time immemorial and Indians love it as an evening snack with tea. Please make a note of the ingredients. These are the ingredients for making Punjabi Samosa potato filling. We'll be preparing this filling first, my friends. And once we have prepared this filling, this will be going into your samosas, which are cone shaped structure. And for preparing that cone shaped structure, the ingredients are on your screen for Punjabi Samosa dough. So to prepare the filling, we'll take potatoes, which are not this big, but medium sized, which are this big. So 7 medium sized potatoes is what we'll be taking, because these are best for boiling and they boil sooner than the larger ones. To boil them, I've taken a pressure cooker and we'll be adding in only enough water to submerge them. Not too much water, not too less. So the moment they submerge, we are happy. Please cover it with a lid and pressure cook this at a high flame until you receive 4 whistles at least. Once you receive 4 whistles, you will put off the flame and let the steam escape at its own accord. After 10 minutes, you will uncover and then you will retrieve these potatoes, remove their skins and mash them just like I'm doing here in this video. Please make sure you mash them, but do not mash them to be too coarse. Grab a tempering pan to which you'll be adding fresh whole coriander seeds and will dry roast them for 30 seconds or until their aroma wafts through the air. We'll now transfer this to a mortar and pestle and will crush them or grind them gently using a pestle. It should look something like this. You can keep it aside, we'll be using it later on. For now you grab a pot and this will be preparing our mixture. To prepare it, we'll add 2 tablespoons of Desi ghee, or as it is called clarified butter, and while you're cooking at a low flame, let it melt, and once it melts and the oil is hot enough, we'll be adding in fresh and finely chopped ginger along with green chilies. Within no time, we'll be adding the mashed potatoes. And please make sure you're cooking at a low flame. So a lot of people ask me, how much should we cook this? It's a pretty simple answer that I can offer you. Make sure that your potatoes are tender and soft, but they are not so tender that they mash up completely. Can you see these chunks that I'm crushing right now? These chunks are really important because they really taste good with your samosa. Your samosa should never have the filling which is completely mashed and smooth like a paste. That doesn't really taste good. Remember that. Now we'll add in 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of red chilli powder. Give it a gentle mix. Once you mix it, after this we'll be adding in those coriander seeds that you had ground a couple of minutes back after dry roasting them, along with something really interesting, Anardana. So let's add 1 teaspoon of Anardana, which has been powdered. Anardana is also called pomegranate seeds, and here I've added the freshly ground and roasted coriander seeds powder. Remember? So now mix it up pretty well. And it's time for us to now add a few more spices and condiments. 1 teaspoon of dry mango powder or Amchoor, followed by 1 teaspoon of Punjabi Garam Masala. If you do not have Punjabi Garam Masala, you can also add the Garam Masala that is available in the market readily. So now it's almost done. Mix it up, and the aroma, I can vouch for it, is so amazing. I wish you were here to smell it. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, put off the flame. We'll use it later on. Now take a bowl. It's time for us to prepare the dough. This is half a kilo of all-purpose flour or Maida. To this I'll be adding half a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of Ajwain or Carom seeds. And using an egg beater, mix it pretty well. Ajwain is a very good digestive. It's time for us to add 75 milliliters of Desi ghee. If the Desi ghee that you are adding is less, your samosas will crumble and break. They'll be too hard from the outside. Now we'll pour in water. And be careful about the amount of water you pour in. I poured in approximately around 200 milliliters of water, not more. I'll tell you the best secret is that the dough that you prepare should not be soft, it has to be hard. So when your dough is dry like this, and if it suffocates and says, please give me some water, you be a miser and do not offer it any more water. So be a miser, otherwise you will suffer later on. Your samosas will be too soft and they will break. So please make sure it is hard. And once you get a consistency like this, sprinkle a little all-purpose flour or maida and then toss it over, and now knead it for at least 5 minutes. So the total amount of time that you knead the dough is at least 10 minutes. The more you knead, the better your samosas will turn out to be. This is the tip number 2. So once again, the first tip is do not add too much water and keep it hard. And the tip number 2 is knead as much as you can. Alright, that's it. And of course the ghee should be 75 milliliters in half a kilo of maida. Now we'll cover this beautiful, tender, soft and hard dough at the same time and keep it aside for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, see how moist it is, but at the same time hard, and it will not crumble, it will be viscous, thick, nice. Now grab a big ball into your hand and try to turn it into a round ball, which looks something like this. And now it's time for us to take a rolling pin, but before that, I have some surprise for you. I've taken a little vegetable oil and I'll dip this ball into this vegetable oil slightly, just a little bit, and scrape it up on my rolling surface so that I can roll this ball very nicely without making it stick to the bottom. Now grab a rolling pin and like you roll chapatis or rotis, or if you are not an Indian, then pancakes. In the same fashion, you'll be rolling this. And I'll tell you what we are expecting. We are expecting not a very thin wafer out of this. We want it to be slightly thick, not too thick. At the same time, we want this to be elongated. So it should not be totally round. It has to be in length and also in breadth. Which means once you receive the width, which is important, you need to focus on the length. So I'm now focusing on the length and I want it to be slightly elongated, just like a balloon. So why are we doing this? You will understand in a short while. Now this will make up for 2 samosas. You have to divide it from the center like this and keep one of these hemispheres aside and concentrate on this hemisphere. And now to make a cone, I've taken water. Water will act as a sealing or binding agent, Now observe carefully what I'm doing. Take a little water, very less, and pour it here and cover it up to form a cone. Make sure with your fingers you gently press it evenly from the root to the bottom. Now the cone is prepared. You can see it looks something like this. Hold it in your hands the way I'm showing you, and now fill it using the stuffing that we had prepared to stuff this, the potato filling. Please make sure the filling has come to the room temperature before you add it. It should not be hot, otherwise while you fry the samosas they will break. So this filling is now at room temperature. Now to seal the deal, please concentrate. It's pretty simple. You see the bottom part which is towards my thumb? We'll need to create a backbone or a base for that. So take a little water, smear it towards the inside altogether at 360 degrees, and then from the bottom side on my thumb I'm folding it up and wrapping it up to meet the top. So this bottom is now going to meet the top like this. Press it nicely so that when you fry no oil enters. Seal the deal completely from here to there, from right to left like a pendulum, and this is your samosa. So friends will prepare all the samosas like this, and it's time for us to deep fry them. I've taken enough oil. This is 1 liter of vegetable cooking oil, and I'm cooking at a low flame. When the oil is slightly hot enough, I'll be adding in a little batter and I'll observe it. If it comes very soon to the top, it's bad, because that means the oil is very hot. You don't want that. It should stay at the bottom like it did right now and slowly travel upwards, blowing bubbles in the air. And that's what you want. That means the oil is hot but not very hot. And then you'll be pouring in these samosas gently from the sides, not from the center. If you drop the samosa from the center, the oil will splutter onto your hands. You don't want that. So always from the sides, the way I'm showing you, is what you want, my friends. So now please cook this continuously till the end for at least 7 to 10 minutes, but only at a low to medium flame. Medium flame would be great. High flame, too bad. Because if you cook it at a high flame, your samosas will cook from the outside, from the inside they will remain brittle, raw, and you don't want that. So please cook them at a low or medium flame. That's good. So samosas are pretty friendly to you. Once you add them, they cook on their own. They don't bother you. But once in a while, you need to shake them, shock them with your ladle, and see if they are not turning too golden brown from one side and remaining raw from the other. So once in a blue moon, you just need to check, and they're very simple to prepare, as you can see. So this is almost around 8 minutes now, and after a total of 10 minutes I'll extract them. That is the amount of time you should be cooking the samosas for. So golden oil and golden samosas. Golden life? Sounds good. So it's time for us friends to extract these samosas and serve them hot. Don't wait for anyone. Have them with your family and members. Enjoy serving hot with chutney of your choice. Indians love it with mint sauce. You can too. And we also like, sometimes, mostly I love, date and tamarind chutney. That is again my favorite. Otherwise, tomato ketchup. So there are so many choices you have, but you need only one reason to enjoy it, and that is love. So when there is love in the kitchen, there will be laughter at the table, and life is all about celebrating and enjoying. So stay safe, stay happy, enjoy Punjabi Samosa. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked my video, please click on the like button below and do subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Enjoy.